Hello, English learners. Welcome back to Life Talk English. I'm Nico.
And I'm Elisa.
Right now, picture this. You're sitting somewhere cozy. Maybe your bedroom, maybe a cafe with warm light. You got your headphones on. Outside, life is moving, but in this moment, it's just you, us, and your English journey.
I like that picture already. I'm imagining someone listening while curled up on a couch, tea in hand. That's the perfect vibe.
Exactly. And today, we're diving into something that sounds simple, but this might be harder than it sounds.
Yeah, we're talking about shadowing, copying the way native speakers talk so you can sound more natural in English.
Liking what you hear? Hit that like button and subscribe to join us for more, but only if this is your kind of learning.
And hey, we'd love to know, where are you right now and what time is it? Drop it in the comments. We always imagine our listeners around the world tuning in at different hours.
Now, settle in, maybe grab a notebook or just relax with your headphones on, and let's ease into today's English journey together.
So, Nico, shadowing. What is it really? Because when people hear it, they often think, oh, I just repeat words after someone.
Right, and that's close, but not quite. Shadowing is more like walking right behind someone and copying their footsteps instantly. You don't wait, you step almost at the same time.
So if I'm shadowing you and you say, I like coffee, I should say, I like coffee at the same time?
Exactly. Not pausing after, but almost overlapping, like an echo that's a split second behind.
That sounds intense.
It can be, but here's the magic. When you do this, your brain doesn't have time to translate. You're forced to ride the rhythm of English.
Oh, so it's less about understanding every word and more about feeling how the language moves.
Exactly. Think of it like dancing. If you keep watching your feet, you'll stumble. But if you just follow the beat and trust the music, you start flowing.
That's such a good image. And in shadowing, the music is the voice of the native speaker.
Yes, you're borrowing their rhythm, their sounds, even their little pauses.
So in a way, you're learning pronunciation, but also melody, because English really does have melody.
Totally. For example, say this sentence, "Are you coming with me?"
Are you coming with me?
Now notice how your voice rises slightly at you and drops at me? That's melody.
So when you shadow, you're not just copying words, you're copying music.
Perfectly said. And you know what's cool? You don't need to pick super complicated sentences. Even simple lines like, "I don't know," or "That's okay," teach you a lot.
Let's try it with our listeners. Ready? Everyone listening, try to shadow me. I'll say, that's okay. You jump in at the same time. Ready? 3, 2, 1. That's okay.
Did you hear yourself? Or maybe you only felt yourself rushing to keep up. Either way, that's shadowing practice.
And here's the funny part. You might feel silly at first, like, why am I talking to my phone like this?
Oh, yes. I remember when I tried shadowing Spanish. I was walking down the street, repeating phrases under my breath, and people looked at me like I'd lost my mind.
I can totally see that. But that's the thing, right? Feeling silly means you're pushing your comfort zone.
Exactly. And shadowing is a little uncomfortable in the beginning, but it works because it makes you imitate without thinking too much.
So, quick recap for everyone. Shadowing means speaking almost at the same time as the native speaker. Not waiting, not translating, just following the rhythm.
And the goal isn't perfection right away. The goal is to borrow the voice of someone else so your mouth and ears get used to English flow.
I like that. Borrow the voice.
And one more thing, shadowing also trains your listening. Because you're so focused on copying, your ears start catching details you'd normally miss.
Like the tiny T in don't know that disappears when people say dunno.
Exactly. That's a brilliant example. You start hearing what's really said, not what's written.
So, Nico, if someone is brand new to this, what's the easiest way to start?
I'd say choose something short, like a 20-second clip from a podcast or even a single line from a movie. Play, pause, repeat. Then, once you get comfortable, try it in real time without pausing.
So don't start with a 2-hour lecture?
No, please don't. You would just get frustrated. Start small, succeed small. That's the trick.
And listeners, don't worry if at first you only catch half. Even catching half while shadowing is a win.
Exactly. You're teaching your brain to keep up, and every time you'll get closer.
So in this first section, we've basically set the stage. Shadowing is about rhythm, melody, and not pausing.
Right. And in the next part, we'll zoom in on rhythm itself, why English sounds bouncy, and how you can practice that bounce.
I can already imagine some fun clapping exercises for that.
Stay tuned. We'll get to that.
All right, welcome back. Let's dive into the heartbeat of English. It's rhythm. Because, Elisa, without rhythm, shadowing is just repeating words awkwardly.
True. And English really does have a rhythm. Sometimes it feels like a song, sometimes like a train. But how do we actually get that rhythm in our own speaking?
The first thing is stress. In English, some words are stressed, some are light. It's like when you're walking. Some steps are heavy, some are soft.
Oh, I love that analogy. So, for example, in I want to go to the park, which words are stressed?
Want and park. The rest are light. So it sounds like, I want to go to the park. Try saying it with me.
I want to go to the park.
Perfect. Did you feel the difference between stressed and unstressed words?
Yes, the stressed words feel louder and longer, even though we're not shouting.
Exactly. And when you shadow, notice these stresses in your native speaker. Copy them. Your voice starts matching natural English patterns without you thinking too hard.
So it's almost like dancing to the words. You follow the rhythm, not just the lyrics.
Spot on. And another rhythm tool is intonation, the way your voice rises and falls.
Right. Like when asking a question, are you coming? My voice goes up at the end.
Yes. Compare that to a statement. You are coming. The end falls. English uses these subtle ups and downs all the time.
Can we practice shadowing that? I'll say the question slowly. Everyone listening, shadow me with the rise at the end. Are you coming?
I'll join too. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Are you coming?
Hear that lift at the end? That's intonation. Try it on your own, then shadow multiple times.
Another tip is linking words. English speakers often connect words naturally, like instead of I am going to, it becomes I'm gonna.
I always hear that in movies, but never understand until now. So we shadow not just words, but these connected sounds.
Exactly. Shadowing helps you get used to natural contractions and links. It trains your ear to recognize them and your mouth to produce them.
And don't forget pauses. Even native speakers pause for a beat sometimes. It's part of the rhythm.
Good point. Pauses are like punctuation in music. They give the listener time to process. And when you shadow, copy them. Not too long, just natural.
That makes sense. I used to rush through everything when practicing alone, and it sounded like I was running a marathon.
Yes, shadowing slows you down and speeds you up at the same time. It's paradoxical.
So, rhythm practice is about stress, intonation, linking, and pauses. That's 4 small ingredients, but together they make English flow.
Let's try a short exercise. I'll say a line from a podcast. I can't believe you did that.
Okay, everyone listening, shadow me as I say it naturally. Ready?
I'll join too.
I can't believe you did that.
Notice how can't and believe are stressed, you did that is lighter, and your voice naturally rises on that.
Also, try exaggerating stress and intonation a little bit when practicing. It helps your brain lock in patterns faster.
And it can be fun. You feel like you're acting a little.
Exactly. And fun is key for long-term learning. Quick cultural note. English speakers often speak quickly, but their rhythm and stress patterns make it understandable. So shadowing native speed is useful, but only after you've got the pattern down.
Yes, start slower if needed. Accuracy first, speed second. Shadow in bite-sized chunks, then string them together.
Oh, and small joke. If someone sees you mouthing words dramatically while shadowing, just say you're rehearsing for Broadway.
That's one way to explain it.
Before we wrap up this section, Nico, any last tips for practicing rhythm?
Sure. Pick a short audio clip every day, focus on stress and intonation, exaggerate slightly, and repeat. Even 5 minutes daily makes a difference.
And remember, rhythm is more than just sounding right. It makes listening easier, too. You'll catch words faster when people speak naturally.
That's it for Rhythm today. Next, we'll explore how to shadow in your daily life, turning movies, podcasts, and even street sounds into practice partners.
Can't wait. We'll show how to make shadowing a fun habit, not just a study session.
All right, let's take what we've learned about rhythm and stress and bring it into real life. Shadowing doesn't have to be confined to headphones in a quiet room. You can make your daily life a practice zone.
Yes, and honestly, that's when it gets fun. You start noticing English everywhere, from movies to street signs to podcasts.
Let's start with movies and TV shows. Pick a short scene, maybe 20 seconds to a minute. Listen first, then shadow. Don't worry about understanding every single word.
Right. Focus on the sounds, the melody, and the rhythm. Even if the subtitles help, try to mimic what you hear.
And don't just repeat once. Play it a few times, shadow it, then repeat without the audio. You're training both listening and speaking at the same time.
That's double practice in one go, and it's way more engaging than just reading a textbook.
Podcasts are another goldmine. I love short clips because the speakers often use natural, everyday English. For instance, in a travel podcast, someone might say, "I walked through the market and the smells were incredible."
That's a vivid line. And you can shadow every tiny detail, like the pause after market or the stress on incredible.
Exactly. Shadowing podcast helps you hear casual speech, contractions, and filler words like, or you know.
Yes, filler words. I never realized how much they colored natural speech until I tried shadowing.
And here's a little trick. Pretend you're part of the scene. Act it out. If it's a travel podcast, imagine walking through the market with the speaker. Your voice and body will match the rhythm better.
Oh, I love that. You're not just listening, you're living the English moment.
Another everyday option is YouTube. Short conversational videos are perfect. People speaking directly to the camera often mimic real-life dialogue.
And try shadowing different accents too. It helps you become flexible in understanding variations of English.
Let's not forget real-world listening. You might hear English at a cafe, on public transport, or at work. Even if it's just a sentence or two, try shadowing mentally or quietly.
That's true. I sometimes repeat phrases in my head while waiting in line. People might think I'm daydreaming, but really I'm practicing.
Yes, and that's completely fine. Shadowing doesn't have to be loud all the time. Quiet practice still works.
And you can combine it with reading. Pick a short text or news snippet, listen to a native speaker reading it, then shadow. You'll see your pronunciation improve quickly.
Now, a motivational note. Shadowing in daily life is about consistency, not perfection. 5 minutes a day is better than one long, exhausting session.
And make it playful. Shadow with different emotions: angry, excited, surprised. It teaches you how intonation changes depending on mood.
That's a fantastic tip. English is full of subtle emotional cues in speech. Shadowing them helps you sound natural and expressive.
Here's a role play idea. Imagine you're ordering food at a cafe. The audio line is, "Can I get a latte, please?"
You shadow it, mimicking the rise and fall, the polite stress on please.
than next time you actually use it in a cafe or practice in front of a mirror.
And it's much easier to speak naturally because your mouth already knows the rhythm.
Quick cultural note. English speakers often appreciate natural pauses and polite stress. Shadowing helps you absorb that nuance without memorizing rules.
It's subtle, but it makes a huge difference in sounding friendly and confident.
So, to sum up this section, bring shadowing into everyday life. Movies, podcasts, YouTube, street sounds, all of it. Short clips, repeat, and try acting them out.
And remember to have fun. That's the secret to long-term habit building. Shadowing shouldn't feel like homework. It should feel like a game you play with English.
Next section, we'll talk about the inevitable awkwardness. Those moments when you feel silly, stumble when make mistakes, and how to turn them into learning gold.
Yes, because nobody likes feeling awkward, but we can definitely laugh through it.
Okay, now we're getting into the fun part. Overcoming awkwardness. Shadowing can feel strange at first. You're literally speaking out loud, sometimes repeating nonsense sounds, and yes, you might feel a little silly.
Absolutely. The first time I shadowed a podcast, I was in my living room whispering, "I'm going to the park?" And my cat stared at me like I was crazy.
Exactly, and that's perfectly normal. Everyone feels that way at the beginning. The trick is to embrace it.
Right, because being awkward is actually a sign that you're learning. You're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone.
Let's talk about mistakes. When you shadow, you might mispronounce words. Maybe you drop sounds or stress the wrong syllable.
Or you get ahead of the speaker and end up blurting, I want coffee in 2 halves."
Oh, yes, the classic split sentence. And that's fine. Mistakes aren't failures. They're signals to adjust.
So how do we handle those moments?
Step 1, notice them. Don't panic. Step 2, repeat the line slowly, exaggerating stress and rhythm if needed. Step 3, try again in real time. It's a gentle cycle of noticing, correcting, and practicing.
And don't forget laughter. Laughing at yourself is actually very helpful. It reduces tension and keeps learning enjoyable.
Absolutely. Shadowing is supposed to be immersive, but not stressful. Your brain learns better when you're relaxed.
Another thing that helps is breaking lines into chunks. If a sentence is long, shadow it piece by piece. For example, "I can't believe you did that today" becomes "I can't believe you did that today."
Yes, this technique is gold. It makes the rhythm manageable and lets you focus on stress and intonation without feeling overwhelmed.
Quick joke. Sometimes I feel like I need subtitles in my own brain to keep up with myself while shadowing.
I know the feeling, but over time, your brain catches on. The split-second delay between listening and speaking shrinks, and suddenly you're shadowing fluently.
And shyness. A lot of learners hesitate because they're afraid of speaking aloud even when no one's listening.
My advice, embrace it anyway. Speak like no one's judging, because they're not. Even your cat probably doesn't care.
Another practical tip is recording yourself. Listen back and compare with the native speaker. Don't criticize, just notice patterns.
That's huge. You might be surprised how much better you sound than you think. And noticing differences is the fastest way to improve.
A role play moment. Imagine you're on a bus and hear someone say, "Did you enjoy the concert?" Shadow them quietly. You might feel a bit awkward. That's okay. Repeat it once, then again, and soon it feels normal.
Yes, and the more you practice in realistic settings, even mentally, the easier it gets. Shadowing in public isn't necessary, but imagining scenarios adds depth to your learning.
Cultural note. Native English speakers often make small errors too. They'll say gonna instead of going to, or drop sounds. So making mistakes while shadowing is just part of the natural rhythm of learning.
And that helps reduce the pressure to be perfect. Shadowing is about fluency and flow, not flawless grammar.
So, quick recap: embrace awkwardness, laugh at mistakes, break sentences into chunks, and repeat. Shyness is normal, but keep practicing.
And remember, every awkward moment is a step closer to sounding natural. You're rewiring your brain and mouth to speak English smoothly.
In the next section, we'll take everything we've practiced so far, rhythm, real-life shadowing, handling awkwardness, and turn it into a sustainable habit that sticks.
That's right, because all this effort is golden only if it becomes part of your daily routine, and we'll show you how to make it fun, not tedious. All right, we've talked about shadowing, rhythm, daily practice, and even embracing awkwardness. Now let's talk about making it stick, turning all this into a habit you actually enjoy.
Yes, because consistency is key. Even 10 minutes a day is better than 1 hour once a week.
Step 1, pick a routine that works for you. Maybe morning coffee time, maybe evening before bed. The best time is the one you can commit to daily.
And make it playful. Choose materials you love, your favorite podcast, a scene from a beloved movie, or even a funny YouTube clip.
Step 2, vary your practice. Don't always shadow the same speaker. Mix accents, genders, emotions, and topics. It keeps your brain alert and adaptable.
Right. One day it could be an American comedian, the next a British travel vlogger. You learn different rhythms, stresses, and slang naturally.
Step 3, set small, achievable goals. Don't aim to master a whole podcast episode in one go. Maybe focus on a single line or a short paragraph and shadow it perfectly.
And celebrate those little wins. Shadowed a tricky line correctly? High-five yourself. It sounds silly, but positive reinforcement works wonders.
Step 4, combine shadowing with recording. Occasionally record your practice, then listen back. Compare your voice to the native speaker and notice improvement.
And remember, it's not about perfection. It's about growth. Even small differences show your brain is learning to produce English more naturally.
Another tip is to involve your environment. You could shadow while walking, cooking, or even cleaning. Your brain starts associating English with multiple contexts.
Yes, shadowing while doing dishes makes you feel like a secret agent speaking English undercover.
And don't forget to repeat phrases regularly. Repetition helps embed stress patterns, intonation, and pronunciation in your memory.
Absolutely. Spaced repetition is magical. Even hearing and repeating a phrase 3 times in a day helps more than cramming it once.
Step 5, track your progress. Keep a notebook or a voice diary. Jot down clips you shadowed, phrases that felt tricky, and improvements you notice.
That's also motivating. When you see how far you've come, it keeps you going.
Quick cultural tip. English speakers often admire effort more than perfection. Your natural rhythm, politeness, and effort to imitate their flow will impress far more than flawless pronunciation.
That's so encouraging. It means our listeners can focus on practice and confidence rather than worrying too much about perfect English.
Role play idea, shadow a short dialogue from a movie daily. Then use the phrases in real life or with a friend. You'll notice your speech feels smoother, more expressive, and confident.
And fun fact, your brain starts recognizing word patterns even when you're not actively practicing. Shadowing creates an unconscious boost to listening and speaking skills.
So to wrap this section, pick your routine, vary your materials, set small goals, record and repeat, track your progress, and most importantly, have fun.
And remember, every day you shadow, you're getting closer to speaking naturally, confidently, and fluently.
Now you have all the tools: understanding shadowing, mastering rhythm, practicing in daily life, embracing awkwardness, and building a sustainable habit.
You're ready to make shadowing part of your life and enjoy the process while you do it.
Next, we'll do a gentle wrap-up, review key points, and guide you toward a relaxing end-of-day English session.
Perfect. Let's help our listeners feel proud and calm after all this practice.